hell is a way for organized religion or religious people or whoever's making money off of this song and dance to like get you to buy into the idea of religion even more so. But to do it by scaring the people that it has as a community is kind of ridiculous to say, believe in this person, do all of these things, and if you don't, we're going to send you to hell.
Hello, my name is Dempsey Tapley. I am the creator of Eternal Confidence. If this is your first episode, welcome. Eternal Confidence is more interested in understanding people on their own terms rather than looking for the most correct or logical answers. We value compassion over correctness. Hell is religion's most dramatic assertion of confidence, claiming not only the authority to judge perfectly the deepest parts of people, but also reserving the right to torture eternally with no hope of future redemption. The fact that the idea of hell makes us uncomfortable is evidence of human empathy. The fundamental assumption of evangelical Christianity is hell is a natural and appropriate consequence of the greatest sin in Christianity, unbelief. But for those who see hell as not only a literal reality, but also as perfect cosmic justice, how could something so indiscriminate and horrifically violent be the product of perfect love? And for those who see hell as just another product of invented mythology, is the idea of hell inherently ethically flawed? These are the thoughts that inspired this question.
If God is fallible, hell doesn't work. We are fallible. There's not a human that doesn't make mistakes. And hell, the concept of eternal punishment, eternal isolation, eternal existing in misery, is a very severe punishment. And it would have to fit the severity of a crime. If hell is a viable punishment that we can give, then all of us deserve punishment way worse than we want, and way worse than, honestly, we can endure. And also there's the concept of things get murky with motive for self-defense or claiming insanity or whatever. There's things that get really murky when you're trying to decide how bad something is or why it's bad or what makes it bad, because our standard of goodness as people can't be perfect, because we aren't perfect. But if God is a perfect God, as he claims to be, then his goodness is so perfect that it can't abide badness. So there's not degrees of badness, or if there are, they don't matter. They're all unacceptable, because as soon as you're not good, you're bad. It's this dichotomy, and therefore it's, again, like, I can't abide that. It's not good enough, so it has failed. And in that case, punishment has, I don't want to say something that makes me sound loony, but the concept of being in the wrong and deserving to be punished for that, when you look at the incredible goodness of someone who's perfect and who has created things to be in his image, when we live against that image, that's a massive deal. And so hell, in the concept of a perfect God, is what we would deserve.
I guess I also have a problem with hell as like a construct, because I feel like it was a lot of religious people back in the day being like, give us money or you'll go to hell. And then people gave them money and maybe they still went to hell, but the church got a lot of money. And I also have a problem with hell as a construct. So if it's real, yikes, because that's probably, I don't know. I don't think it's ethically sound.
So I think it probably depends on what your view of what hell is. What I believe the Bible teaches is that hell is a place where justice is served, where people are able to live the life that they choose to live. They had no desire to be in the presence of God, and they wanted to be separated, so that's what hell is. It's separation from God. And separation from God is torment, because the opposite of life and love and justice is a lot of horrible things. So I think when you look at God as a creator, if he is all just, if he is all loving, and if he is in control of every part of this universe, he is not just, some person in the sky that makes some decisions for the way things work. He is literally the foundation and the creator and the arbiter, the one that controls everything, every single movement, moment in life. So it's completely reasonable to believe that God would bring justice to people that deserve justice. Now, to say that every single person is going to receive the same justice, to me, is not just. So when people have this view that every single person going to hell, while it will be awful because you're being separated from God, to say that somebody that, murdered 50 people and somebody that plainly just didn't do that, I think God will give different justice to different people. But there still will be separation, there still will be weeping and gnashing of teeth, like the Bible says.
At some point there's a scale and a balance for things. I think that's one way that we comfort ourselves. One way that we can think that things will be better. If we were just think that the world was random and bad and good are just kind of points of view, and there's no redemption. It's a little bit tougher to take certain things. So hell should be this idea of this kind of ultimate eternal idea of justice, right? I would assume the people that are bad or that do bad things or only want to hurt, right, go there eventually. And the people that are able to remain good or whatever else, go the other way. Heaven and hell, I think it's this old idea of, right, just this duality, these opposites, where there's only two places that a person can go and be deserved for, right? So ethically, I don't believe it's sound. I don't believe that, especially since, it's pretty arbitrary. There's a complete third party that we have no idea how he judges anything, really. Mostly hearsay, from what I understand. So no, I think it's a dangerous idea, and it gives us fuel for judging wrongly, continuing certain prejudices. I think the idea that somebody can be doomed for, anything, I don't think is how humanity should progress.
People who don't believe in God sort of send themselves there voluntarily. because it's a place of separation from God. And if one does not believe in God or want anything to do with faith or religion, then hell is a place of separation from God. And from a Catholic perspective, that is kind of how they see hell, more so than a place of eternal torment. And, the imagery of an eternal, fiery hell, is that an idiom, or is that literal, or is that more imagery? And, I personally believe that hell is not a very nice place, and I don't want to find out. So I will just accept what the Bible and Christ himself said about hell. It's not a place I want to go, but this is another one of those things that theologians have argued about for centuries. Well, there are some theologians in church history who've said hell's virtually empty. Nobody goes there because God is too merciful. And then there are some, like St. Augustine was very cynical about the human condition, and he believed that probably most people would go to hell. Which one of those perspectives is correct, or is it somewhere in the middle? I don't know. But it is reasonable to believe in a place of separation from God. That is reasonable.
Hell is a way for organized religion or religious people or whoever's making money off of this song and dance to get you to buy into the idea of religion even more so. But to do it by scaring the people that it has as a community is kind of ridiculous to say, believe in this person, do all of these things, and if you don't, we're going to send you to hell. I get jealous of my neighbor's purse, and, suddenly I've broken a commandment, and if I don't give my life up to God right then and there, I'm going to hell. It's foolish and childish, and I think it's a backwards way of trying to bring people to a person or a being that's supposed to love you unconditionally and wholeheartedly, but just don't screw up, or we're going to send you to hell. It's just, no. That one's fun.
I was out picking flowers. I had no concern for the hours. I had no concern for the time I was given. Had yet to realize I wasn't quite living. Not living. So much life all around me. The bees and the trees were abounding, and nothing was painful, but nothing was daring. Then I saw you and was quickly comparing the night to every day. The night to every day. And I sang, ooh, dark you, ooh, such a deeper view. Ooh, let me be your sun, let me be your sun, let me be your sun. And you stayed there in the shadows. They all said you'd come from the gallows, but all I could notice was how you one day you walked towards me, and I wasn't scared.